Welcome to Laverne, Tennessee, where the local police department became more famous for their bedroom antics than their crime fighting. Front and center was Officer Megan Hall, with a cast featuring Juan Lugo, Lewis Powell, and a few other badge-bearing Romeos. It's less law and order and more desperate housewives meets cops.
It's the city of Laverne in the wake of a police department sex scandal. Megan Hall was the only female among the 5 officers fired and then became the target of nationwide ridicule.
Tonight, Hall's lawyer tells News Channel 5's Nick Barris what happened was inexcusable.
And now they're suing over what they call a hostile, sexually charged work environment that victimized a rookie officer.
Megan Hall was one of 5 officers, along with the Laverne police chief, fired last month for allegations of sexual misconduct on the job.
Megan Hall, our small-town Tennessee cop with Hollywood dreams, swapped her script for a badge, and boy, did drama follow. This 26-year-old once dreamed of being a model and actor, but life had a plot twist. She ended up patrolling the streets of Laverne, not the red carpet. Married to Jedediah, a pastor's son, they seemed like a storybook couple. But behind those shiny badges and radiant smiles, their marriage was more a suspense thriller than a romance. Hall, a rookie in a department that's more Mayberry than Metropolis, found her escape not in front of cameras, but amidst the thin blue line. The police station turned into her personal stage, where the lines between professional and personal blurred faster than a speeding ticket. It's a tale of a small-town girl making big-time headlines, but for all the wrong reasons.
These predators, starting from day one, worked to break down her psychological barriers and convince her to engage in sexual activity that she didn't want to.
Attorney Wesley Clark, flanked by his client Hall, talked about the federal lawsuit they've filed naming the city of Laverne.
In the world of Megan and Jedediah Hall, their marriage seemed picture perfect, but behind the smiles and shared selfies, trouble was brewing. Love was on the rocks, and not the kind you toast with. The scandal that turned Laverne Police Department into the set of a reality TV show sans the cameras. On December 12, 2022, the plot thickened. Mayor Jason Cole, think the sheriff of Nottingham meets a reality TV star, received a tip-off that would make TMZ jealous. A whistleblower, not exactly deep throat but close enough, dished the dirt on some not-so-copacetic activities at the precinct. It wasn't just about donuts and coffee breaks. It was more, let's say, Grey's Anatomy in blue uniforms. Megan's escapades, a veritable who's who of the Laverne PD, like a twisted game of Clue, but with less candlesticks and more handcuffs. First up, we've got Juan Lugo, the patrol officer. Let's just say, their rendezvous wasn't limited to discussing traffic patterns. Then, there's Lewis Powell, a sergeant with a penchant for breaking more than just the law of attraction. Detective Seneca Shields also joined the party, proving that not all detective work happens behind a magnifying glass.
Like a rookie cop, to be trained and promoted, she was looked at as a piece of meat to be sexualized and exploited.
Enter Henry Tim McGowan, a sergeant who blew the whistle but not before playing a tune of his own. Patrick Magliacco, another patrol officer, apparently believed in sharing is caring, even when it comes to partners. Larry Holliday, the K-9 officer, turned out to be more of a playboy than a dog whisperer. And let's not forget Gavin Schober, because why stop at 6 when you can make it a magnificent 7? These liaisons weren't just a series of one-night stands. Oh no, they were on-the-clock adventures, turning patrol cars into love mobiles, and the weight room into a steamy scene straight out of a workout romance novel. The hot tub party? That's right, this scandal had everything: booze, boats, and badges. It's like they were trying to outdo each other in the most absurd ways possible, all while keeping the peace, sort of. When Andrew Patton, the HR guy, stepped into the fray, it was less about benefits and more about untangling the tangled web of the Laverne PD's steamy soap opera. Picture an office-turned detective noir scene, with Patton piecing together a puzzle that would make even Sherlock raise an eyebrow. First up, the infamous hot tub party, a Memorial Day bash that sounded more like a scene from a reality show than a police gathering. Imagine this: officers, their partners, and, get this, even their kids talk about a family-friendly event, right? All aboard a boat turned party central. There was Megan, the life of the party, apparently mistaking the hot tub for a stage and giving a performance that would have earned her standing ovations in another life. Then there's the weight room, which, turns out, was less about lifting weights and more about lifting. Well, let's keep it PG-13. the department's own gym was turning into a rendezvous spot, with Megan and her colleagues sneaking and steamy encounters between refs. And let's not forget the digital escapades. Our officers, sworn to protect and serve, were busy serving up explicit images like they were running a not-so-secret Snapchat account. Patton must have felt like he stumbled into the filming of a bad reality TV show, with each revelation more jaw-dropping than the last. Through all this, Patton waited, uncovering details that would make even the most seasoned HR professional consider a career change. It was a tale of forbidden love, reckless abandon, and, well, really poor judgment, all unfolding under the watchful eyes of the law. Enter Sergeant Henry Tim McGowan, the whistleblower, donning a halo as he raced to spill the beans to Mayor Cole. But oh, the irony. Our gallant whistleblower, it turns out, wasn't just a messenger, he was part of the scandal's cast. McGowan, who should have been nominated for an award in the Best Supporting Actor in a Scandal category, was actually sharing more than just patrol routes with Megan. And when the spotlight turned on him, McGowan's halo slipped. His truth-telling mission hit a snag when he fibbed about his starring role in this drama. The result? A one-way ticket out of the police department for not sticking to the script of honesty. Sergeant McGowan, from hero to zero in the blink of an eye. As the curtain rose on this scandal, Megan Hall stepped into the spotlight, not just as the protagonist but also as a person grappling with her inner demons. She bravely admitted her role in the unfolding drama, shedding light on her battles with mental health issues. Megan's narrative wasn't just about risque rendezvous. It was a distressing tale of excessive drinking, self-harm, and the echoes of a silent cry for help. Her confession wasn't a mere plot twist. It was a poignant reminder of the complexities behind the badge. It underlined a critical aspect often overlooked in sensational stories: the human element. Here was a woman who, while lost in a labyrinth of personal and professional missteps, was also fighting a much bigger battle within herself. In this narrative, humor took a backseat, giving way to a moment of reflection on the vulnerabilities that we, as humans, often face behind closed facades. And now, a legal detour with Larry.
Under Tennessee law, let's say hypothetically, if an officer sent, foot pics while on duty, they might just tiptoe into the realm of misconduct under TCA Section 39-16-402. That's official misconduct. Mind you, a classy felony. So maybe keep those feet on the ground and out of the cloud,
In a twist that's less law and order and more days of our lives, Police Chief Earl Chip Davis found himself booted out faster than a raccoon in a dumpster. Why? Well, it turns out, Chief Davis was more into the see-no-evil approach when it came to Megan's escapades. The aftermath was like a bad hangover for the Laverne PD. With the firing squad taking aim, 5 officers, including our protagonist Megan, were given the old hee-ho. Not just that, 3 others got a timeout, suspensions, in grown-up speak. Now, here's where the plot thickens into a stew of absurdity and serious allegations. Megan, not content with being the center of a scandalous whirlwind, decided to take things up a notch. She filed a federal lawsuit claiming, wait for it, she was a victim of sexual grooming by her superiors. Yes, you heard that right. The same woman who seemingly turned the police department into a reality TV dating show is now pointing fingers at her bosses for taking advantage of her vulnerable state. While it's easy to get lost in the absurdity of it all, it does raise a serious question about power dynamics and exploitation in workplaces. But still, one can't help but wonder if there's a manual for this somewhere in the police academy under What Not to Do 101. In a plot twist that could give soap operas a run for their money, Jedediah Hall, Megan's husband, and a pastor's son decided to stand by his woman. It's either a testament to his unshakable faith, or he's vying for the Husband of the Year award in a category no one knew existed. While some might call it blind love, others might see a man embodying the for better or for worse vow to a level that's almost superheroic. You've got to admit, it's a level of commitment that's as rare as a quiet day in the Laverne PD lately. Meanwhile, the public and media turned this scandal into a feast fit for meme lords and Twitterati alike. Megan Hall's escapades became the internet's new favorite punchline. Social media was abuzz with hashtags, memes, and TikTok dances you'd never want your grandma to see. News outlets jumped on the bandwagon, dissecting every juicy detail with the enthusiasm of a kid in a candy store. It was like the entire world turned into a giant high school gossip circle. With Megan Hall at the center of it all, the case continues to unfold, with the wheels of justice turning at their own, often maddeningly slow pace. Legally, it's a maze of lawsuits, accusations, and firings. Megan's lawsuit alleging sexual grooming and exploitation due to her mental health issues and marital woes remains a pivotal piece of this ever-evolving puzzle. The fallout has been real and far-reaching. 5 officers, including Megan, were shown the door, while 3 others are cooling their heels on suspension. It's a reduction in force that would make any police department reel. There's no word yet on any criminal charges or compensations, but in a drama this big, who knows what the next episode holds?